Kirk Robinson, and we're set for the second semifinal game. The winner plays Mississinawa tomorrow night for the championship at 7:30.
Should be a dandy. Joe Bradburn's going with Henderson and Stevens at guard, Donahue, Beam, and Elliott on the front line, and we're set. John Donahue will jump against Rob Robbins, and Tice Scheidler. Set to go. Going to be a dandy. Big crowd, about 4,500 on hand, and the tap goes out of bounds. Possession will go to the Delta Eagles. Well, we got a load of Delta fans and the Yorktown fans on the far side. Great sectional tournament atmosphere. Ready on the inbounds play. And it's Robbins throwing it into Petey Jackson, and Petey will cut the circle on the left side, move it down in the corner. Lucas Maynor outside to Nate Calvert. Calvert over to Robbins on the outside, back to Petey Jackson. Petey Jackson trying to move to the left side, down in the lane, goes to Calvert, he'll fire, short, air ball, rebound is taken off by Chad Elliott of Yorktown. Lucas Beam down on the left side and gives off to Caleb Henderson. Henderson back outside to Beam. Beam, 12 points a ball game. Henderson, 10 points a ball game. Beam goes inside, goes outside. He's a better player when he's hitting the outside shot, but he can certainly play inside. Donahue has done a good job, and Yorktown looking for the opening. Caleb Henderson back outside to Christopher Stevens. Chris Stevens inside to John Donahue. He walked with the ball. Traveling called on Donahue. That's just good defense, Delta inside right there.
Well, these two teams do play good defense. It's a fundamental for Paul Keller and for Joe Bradburn. 48 a game. That's what Yorktown gives up. Delta, 52 a game. Delta scores 77. 65 a game for Yorktown. I think Yorktown's depth is a key tonight. Can they use their depth to their advantage?
Lucas Maynor on the outside. Calvert's got it. He missed the only Delta shot. Petey Jackson on the outside flinger hits. That's a 2-foot inside the three-point line. Delta's got the early lead at 2-0, and Lucas Beam tosses in the inbounds play to Caleb Henderson, back to Beam, and over to Chad Elliott, down court to Chris Stevens, and Stevens gets the double team and throws it right back to Elliott. Elliott's fouled with Tice Scheidler. Scheidler a little bit too tight on the outside, gets the personal foul, common foul out of bounds. We're only a minute 11 into the ball game, but certainly the fans are enjoying it so far.
Well, you can see Yorktown is really working, and that's why this group started the ball game. This is the group Joe feels can handle that Delta pressure the best.
Caleb Henderson, Lucas Beam. Beam actually plays more of a guard a lot of the game. He's bigger. He handles it outside. Bradburn feels the addition of Chris Stevens' play has really been an asset as far as the ball handling and defense is concerned for Yorktown. Petey Jackson and Chris Stevens matching up back to Beam. You can tell Yorktown being very patient on their possessions. They're down 2-0. We've gone almost 2 minutes in the game, and John Donahue on the outside goes against the Delta defense. There's moving with the ball is Stevens, and Stevens deflects it over to Elliott. Elliott back out to Stevens. Great save at the midcourt line. It was a bad pass, but a good save. Now Caleb Henderson comes back out. We've got a 2-0 lead. Get the idea. Yorktown's looking for the good shot, Jeff. Beam to the three-point line, works on Rob Robbins and takes the 17-footer, rolls off. Donahue the rebound, good. We're tied for the first time. John Donahue got the rebound, good. It's tied at 2 with 5:37 to play in the first quarter. Tice Scheidler will take it inside, throws off to Nate Calvert. He threw it away. Good steal by Caleb Henderson. And back come the Yorktown Tigers with 5:26 to play in the first quarter. Beam will work on Calvert. Steps outside the three-point line. There's a steal by Lucas Maynor. He'll take it all the way. So he had it. It almost topped out, but it stayed in. Lucas Maynor with the left hand after the steal. Delta leads at 4-2 with 5:10 to play in the first period, and up the court comes Chad Elliott. Over to Chris Stevens, and a great deflection. Steal by Delta. Quick hands. Yorktown got it back. Chris Stevens the steal. Scheidler deflects the ball. Maynor gets the rebound. Here's Delta 3-on-3. Maynor goes all the way, and that's a good call. The Yorktown may not agree, but I thought Maynor took it in. Beam was just a half step away. He gets the foul. See if they give Maynor 2 shots or if they call it a common foul. But, well, we've got some electricity in the air here at the North Walnut Street Field.
Well, it's really going to be a test to see whether Chris Stevens can handle all that pressure as a sophomore. Petey Jackson putting a lot of pressure on him. I'm not sure Chris Stevens can handle it. We'll see. He's made 2 mistakes already handling the ball for Yorktown. But Right now, that's what Joe feels like his team needs to have.
Maynor misses the free throw with the Delta 4-2 lead. Well, I tell you, Petey Jackson is as quick a guard as there is in the state of Indiana.
He can make anybody force somebody into a mistake. There's no question.
Maynor hits the second free throw, so Lucas Maynor has 3 straight points for Delta, has given the Eagles their 5-2 lead. Eagles in a full court press as they've been, as Paul said, every game this season. Up the court, they do break the press and get it back to Beam on the fake outside the three-point line. Down in the corner, Caleb Henderson for 3. That'll be off. Rebound, Scheidler tapping, but Beam got the rebound up. Good! 5-4.
Both buckets for Yorktown on offensive putbacks.
One by Donahue, one by Beam. It's a 5-4 count. Delta leads it by 1, and Lucas Maynor to the left side in the steal. Caleb Henderson got the steal, then he lost it, then it's tapped back by Rob Robbins and picked up on the outside, and Yorktown's got the ball. So Chad Elliott over to Lucas Beam.
I don't think Yorktown can win it in the first quarter, but I think they could lose it if they don't hang.
Beam on the drive, missing on a kind of a flailing layup, but he got his own rebound and hit it. Yorktown's ahead 6-5. Lucas Beam with 2 straight rebound baskets. Yorktown up 6-5 with 4 minutes to play in the first period of play. Petey Jackson, the outside shot, has 2 for Delta so far, and we've got a holding foul inside on Yorktown. Hold on Yorktown will be a common foul out of bounds. And let's see to whom they've given the foul. Caleb Henderson will get the foul. Delta trails by 1, 6-5. They've got the ball down underneath. And Lucas Maynor, another senior who missed much of the season but did get back in the semi-state with that broken arm last year. It's into Petey Jackson. Sets on a 3 wide open. Got it.
Oh, that's a drawn play right there.
He got the screen. He was wide open. Petey's got a 3. He's got 5 for the game. It's 8-6 now. Delta up by 2 at 3:43 to play in the quarter. Down is Caleb Henderson to John Donahue. Hitting. Great pass. Henderson to Donahue. Donahue gets his 4th point. We're tied for the second time at 8. Petey Jackson to the corner. Outside is Lucas Maynor, wide open. Missed the 3. Rebound. Petey back up. No good. Rebound. Got a foul. Shoving foul inside on Yorktown. It'll be a common foul out of bounds. Elliott was there. Henderson was there. And they give the foul to Chad Elliott. Elliott gets his first foul. 3rd foul on Yorktown, only 1 on Delta. Eagles and Tigers are tied 8-8.
Doesn't surprise you. All the Yorktown points inside, all the Delta points outside.
Rob Robbins hasn't had a shot yet. In fact, that's the first time he's touched the ball, and he missed the shot badly. Rebound is taken up by Lucas Beam. So Yorktown right where they want to be.
Or you seldom see Rob Robbins force one, but he did that time.
That was a forced shot from about 16 feet. Down in the corner, substitution, Scott Holzclaw is in. He can bang that 3-point shot. On the wing is Henderson. Dip it outside, gets the ball to Beam, so they've got both Henderson and Holzclaw in. That's a double-pronged 3-point attack as Beam hits the 15-foot jump shot.
I really think they feel they can go Beam on Robbins one-on-one and win that.
So Yorktown beaming up on Lucas's shot, 10-8. Tigers by 2. Maynor on the wing to the right side. Lucas Maynor low to Nate Calvert. Back outside to Maynor. Banks it in. Nice kiss off the glass for Lucas Maynor. He's got 5, and we're tied for the 3rd time at 10 with 2:31 to play. Mississinawa won the first game over Blackford 60-47. Bill Hahn's Indians are in the championship game. With the ball, Holzclaw. Elliott on the drive. Fall-away jump shot. Yes! Chad Elliott, 8-foot jump shot in the lane.
Boy, they're getting it inside the Delta defense and doing great job with that.
Petey Jackson on the drive will miss the layup. Yorktown up by 2, gets the rebound. Lucas Beam having a super quarter in scoring and bounding. It's 12-10. Beam takes it in, hits the shot again. Lucas Beam with 8 points, and Yorktown leads by 4. 14-10, and Paul Keller is going to the bench for the first time tonight as he will survey the situation. David Yautis is going to be coming in shortly. Ball deflected out of bounds by Henderson. Yorktown, I won't say it's been a perfect game, Jeff, but they played about as well as they can in the first 6 minutes and 13 seconds.
Well, they're off to a great start. Luke Beam has got 8, Donahue 4, Elliott 2. All of those points have come within 8 feet of the basket, and Delta so far not shooting the ball badly. They're just being out outplayed by Yorktown's good offensive scheme.
Delta's getting nothing inside, as you alluded to, and Petey Jackson.
I'm not sure they will tonight, Rory. That's going to be tough.
Yep.
Because that's just, Robbins is big, but he's not a pivot guy.
There's Luke Maynor missing a shot. Rebound, Yorktown. Chad Elliott.
That's where they
fast break. Going down is Donahue. It's stripped away. Great defense by Maynor. Petey Jackson had it deflected away. It'll be Delta's ball. Boy, did Lucas Maynor come down and save a basket, stripping Donahue, and then Petey got it knocked away from him. Jackson.
That's where they miss Adam Shunk, because to me, he's the dirty work guy on that team inside rebounding the ball.
Adam with the broken finger will not play tonight. He could possibly be available next Friday, but not tonight or tomorrow night. And that, of course, assuming Delta is winning, and they're losing by 4. With the ball is Rob Robin. Or Scheidler take it in strong. Left-handed turnaround and put it in. That's a nice working move by Tice Scheidler for his first bucket. It's 14-12 now. Yorktown lead is 2. Outside is Beam. Wide open. Scott Holdsclaw hits the 3.
That's his spot.
Boy, he can hit it from there all night long when no one's on him. 17-12, Yorktown by 5. That's their biggest margin. And Petey Jackson brings it back for the gold and navy blue of Paul Keller and the Delta Eagles, who are 21-1. Yorktown is 19-3. This is the 3rd game. Delta's won the first 2. Yorktown fans on their feet. They know they've beaten Delta at least a quarter of the way through. 17-12. Petey with the ball. Delta going for the last shot. Down to 15 seconds, and Petey dribbling on the outside, and Yorktown packed it back around the 3-point line.
Boy, I really felt the team that won the first quarter would win the game. That was my thinking today.
Petey Jackson penetrating, off it goes. Lucas Maynor from the corner, way off. Rebound Yorktown. That's the quarter. First quarter's history, and Yorktown leads Delta by a score of 17-12. How about that? Yorktown 17, Delta 12. We got the second quarter next up on WLBC.
You've got a lot of work to do, and Cub Cadet has just what you need. A Cub Cadet Series 7000 compact tractor. Stop by Ramsey Tractor Sales and take a look at these rugged, versatile tractors. They're loaded with quality standard features, and you can customize your tractor with loaders, backhoes, cutting decks, and more. Cub Cadet Series 7000 compact tractors are tough and dependable, and still one of the industry's best values. Available in 19, 23, and 27 horsepower, 3-cylinder diesels, and 2-wheel or 4-wheel drive. Visit Ramsey Tractor Sales at the south end of the Muncie Bypass. Call 282-1932.
If one of your New Year's resolutions is to get active and start walking, but foot or ankle pain is a barrier, Preferred Foot Care Specialists can help. Dr. Tom Freeman and his staff want you to achieve every goal you set for yourself in 1998. They want you on your feet and happy with the direction you're heading. Whether your problem is due to an injury or a chronic nagging situation, Preferred Foot Care Specialists can help. Call today and get back into life the way you want to live it. Preferred Foot Care Specialists. Call 284-4220.
Maury Mannies and Jeff Weller. We've just begun the second quarter of play. The Yorktown Tigers, I can't say have shocked the Delta Eagles, but they've beaten them through 25% of the game. 17-12. Good outside play, or inside play. Lucas Beam and John Donahue. Here's Lucas going inside again. Missing that shot. The rebound is taken up by David Yautis. Yautis to Petey Jackson. Eagles down by 5. They've got the ball. Petey on the penetration to the free throw line. Good job. They've got Lucas Beam matched up on Petey Jackson. There's Rob Robbins from 15, hitting. Rob Robbins hitting his first shot. Actually, his first make. He's one of 2. 17-14. Yorktown up. Scott Holdsclaw it looked like his foot went across the line, but they threw it away anyway. Emerson Hurd is coming the ball game for Yorktown. 12 points a ball game. Hurd has been a great player off the bench, but obviously Joe Bradford didn't need him in the first quarter.
No, the rebounding 8-2 in favor of Yorktown. The shooting 5 of 11 for Delta in the first quarter. Yorktown 8 of 12, but that was shot position. They got some great shots at the basket, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Ty Scheidler working inside, missing a layup. Rebound is taken off, and Lucas Beam again has the ball. Boy, I've called Beam's name a lot. Rebounding both ends of the court, scoring with 8 points, and just generally playing an outstanding game. Chris Stevens gets it low to Emerson Hurd. Back it comes to Stevens. Across to Caleb Henderson, wide open. Missed the three. Rebound, Petey Jackson. Nobody under Tigers that time. And Delta within 3 could tie the score with the home run shot. Petey goes for 2 and puts it in. Petey Jackson for 2 from the free throw line. So 2 for Robbins, 2 for Jackson. Delta within 1. 4 straight points, full court pressure, and they've got a man wide open. Emerson Hurd breaks the press and missed the lay-in. Tapped out of bounds, Delta's ball. Boy, Yorktown worked it perfectly. Paul Keller didn't like the defensive coverage, Jeff. He's going to get Jared Knatzer in the ball game. Somebody did not get back on defense, and Rob Robbins will go to the bench. 17-16. It's Yorktown by 1. Delta on a 4-point run.
Here comes another one of those guards, Jared Quarles, checking into the ball game for Yorktown. They've got about 4 or 5 guards for Yorktown that they can rotate through the game and keep fresh.
Quarles is in. Here's Scheidler on the double pivot. Keeps the toe down, though. Back to Jackson. Petey's been on a run here. Ian Robbins with 2 straight baskets, and Scheidler's got it. Coming left side. Nice spin move in the lane. Missed the shot, though. Rebound is taken off by Emerson Hurd. Hurd to Jared Quarles. Quarles down across the timeline with the Yorktown 1-point lead at 17-16 at 5:55 to play in the half, and Quarles missed the shot. Rebound is taken off the Holstall. Wide open. They let him go. He got the rebound. 2 Delta defenders let him have the shot, and Scott Holstall has 5 as he put it in. 19-16. Tigers get their first 2 of the second period. 3-point lead, Yorktown. Head coach Joe Bradburn, 19-3, and there's Petey on a 3. Hits. Petey Jackson. 10 points for Petey. It's tied for the 4th time. After being down 5, Petey has tied it with a 3, and a nice drive by Chris Stevens down the left side of the lane. No defense for Delta, and Stevens has given Yorktown another 2-point lead at 21-19 with 5:15 to play in the half. And Lucas Maynor, who has 5, stops, wheels back to Scheidler. Scheidler looks to Yautis cutting by. Scheidler goes baseline. Outside to Yautis, over to Petey. On the fake, penetrating. Nice dish to Scheidler, hitting. What a great pass by Petey Jackson. He can take over a game with his shooting and passing. It's tied at 21-21. 5 ties in the first half with 4:52 to play in the second period of play, and Jared Quarles outside works against David Yautis. Now Jared Knatzer covers up on Chris Stevens on the outside. Stevens will bang into the line. Nothing there. Stolen. Got a steal by Lucas for David Yautis. Good defensive play by Yautis, and he gets it back to Scheidler. On the wing is Maynor. He's covered now. Scheidler in. Missed the shot, but he got bumped. Up traveling. Traveling before the bump. Beam fouled him, but with a dead ball. Traveling called on Tice Scheidler. Rob Robbins will come back in. Boy, everybody who paid the admission price so far, Jeff, has gotten every penny they paid. 4:30 to play in the half. 21-21. Lucas Maynor will leave now. And Yautis and Knatzer are both in. Robbins came in, and Maynor left. So the Eagles with Yautis, Knatzer, Jackson, Robbins, and Scheidler on the court. With the ball is Caleb Henderson. Back to Chris Stevens. Stevens deflected. It will go out of bounds off of Dave Yautis. Yautis thought it might have gone the other way, but evidently Henderson did not touch it, and the official was right there.
I don't think the official knew, Maury. I think he made up his mind
before. Premature whistle. I thought that's what it was. Elliott's back in. Watch out. Holstall's open for 3. Boy, that's an air ball. Scott Holstall missed everything that time with a wide open shot. That does not occur very often for the sharpshooter for Yorktown on the outside. Holstall averages 10 a game.
But the defensive reputation there, you better get that shot off. It won't be there long.
In is Scheidler outside to Knatzer. Jared Knatzer reverses the dribble, comes back down to Yautis in the corner. Petey's got it for 3. It's up. It's in.
Oh, dear.
Petey Jackson on a run. Petey Jackson now has 13, and Delta has a 3-point lead. That's their biggest lead of the game. But it's been Jackson sharpshooting from outside, and a great dish to Scheidler inside. He's led the way.
Boy, I tell you, Petey Jackson is a very solid Mr. Basketball candidate.
No question about that, particularly as we've got a Rob Robbins outstanding play. Knocked the ball out of bounds. Tom Coverdale, I thought from Noblesville, was the front runner, Jeff. He's out of the tournament in the sectional. If Petey Jackson progresses with his exposure last year, we just might have another Delaware County Mr. Basketball. Driving in, Chris Stevens, ball deflected out of bounds. It goes to Yorktown. That's an excellent call.
The rebounding is 13-6 now. Yorktown in favor of Delta. That's a stat that Yorktown must continue to exploit. Maury, they've gotten away from the painted area. They've shot it from further out, and I think that's why the lead is gone.
Inbounds, we have a holding foul. Petey Jackson holding both hands up, and I think that's foul. Yes, Jackson will get the foul.
And I don't say that to criticize Yorktown. I think the Delta defense has something to do with that. But they were doing successful things inside with Beam and Donahue getting points, and Yorktown's got to go back inside. It will also take this thin Delta team and maybe get them in foul trouble.
I think Donahue's departure certainly assisted that. He has not yet come back in. Lucas Beam in the corner against Rob Robbins.
They're almost all guards, Maury.
Yeah, it really is. Outside is Elliott. Elliott will turn. Scheidler deflected the ball out of bounds, and another good Delta defensive effort.
I think Chad Elliott is a big contributor. Joe Bradburn mentions that, but he plays a little more steadily, I think, than Donahue does. But Donahue is a very confident player in certain games.
On the inbounds, it comes to Jared Quarles. He and Petey Jackson match it up. Stevens on the outside, and the ball comes back to Caleb Henderson. Delta man-to-man. Outside Stevens, picked up by Knatzer. Knatzer hit a couple of big free throws in that Southside game. Now Jared Quarles inside the Lucas Beam. They've got triple team. They've got the triangle around him. He throws it out of bounds. That was good defense. They had 3 men around him and a desperation pass out of bounds.
But Maury, I tell you, right there's a ball that in my mind, Chad Elliott has to catch that ball.
Good point.
He tried to catch it and shoot it. He should have just worried about catching it and then getting it back out front. That pass was not that bad.
Just like a wide receiver running before he caught the ball. Petey Jackson weaving inside. He got grabbed from behind, and maybe Jared Quarles or perhaps someone else will wait for the official call. 2:36 to play in the half. The Delta Eagles are leading 24-21. It's been a struggle, and the foul called on Yorktown's Jared Quarles, and it's a common foul. So far, Delta's only fouled twice, Yorktown 4. It's been a speedy first half of play, and it's out to David Yautis. Yautis to Petey Jackson, 13 of the Delta 24. And he's been sharpshooting from outside. There's Knatzer with the ball. Knatzer moves in, stops the dribble, delivers back out to Scheidler. Petey on the baseline to the left side. Boy, he's got some great dribble penetration. Knatzer in the lane for the shot, banks it up, no good. Rebound is taken by Elliott. Knatzer, an off-balance shot. I'm sure he would like to have that back. 2:10 to play in the half, and Jared Quarles coming in. The dish off to Elliott. He hit the lay-in. It's 24-23, Delta by 1. 2 minutes to play in the half. Eagles over the Tigers by 1, the third matchup between the two clubs. Last time a 4-point victory. Delta won Paul Keller's 6th Delaware County championship. In the corner is Rob Robbins. He's been fairly silent other than one basket. Robbins throws it away. He misread Tice Scheidler's cut. So with 1:43 to play, Yorktown has the ball. They're down by 1. You've got to feel Joe Bradburn's right where he wants to be at this point.
In the county tourney game, Yorktown just dug too big a hole. They made a great run, but again, that old story about the hole being too big before you got the run. And the first game wasn't even a contest. Right now, Yorktown's hanging well. They just want to make it a 2-3 minute game at the end with the Eagles.
Chad Elliott to Lucas Beam. Yorktown had a 5-point lead. Beam throws it away. It's off the glass, and Scheidler picks it up. Tice Scheidler, just a pretty rough customer for Delta. Behind the back dribble, takes it in the lane, 10-foot shot, rolled it up and in. That's quite a coast-to-coaster by Tice Scheidler. Got the rebound, came down. I questioned the shot a bit, but he put it over the rim. 26-23, Delta matches its biggest lead of 3. They've had it on 2 occasions. We have 60 seconds to play in the first half. Yorktown has the ball. Moving is Caleb Henderson. He's got Lucas Beam on the outside with him. Chad Elliott's in there. John Donahue has come back in, and Jared Quarles is down in the corner. Luke Beam tosses over to Chad Elliott. Yorktown may want the final shot.
Here's where you can't make a mistake and cost yourself this last shot in the last 30 and let Delta go up 5.
And on the penetration, they throw it away, just what you said. They blew it on the turnover as Caleb Henderson took it to the lane and had nowhere to go.
And now you smell Rob Robbins for a 3, and all of a sudden it's a 6-point halftime deficit.
26 seconds to play in the first half.
See if Jackson or Robbins, if they go inside, or you get a 3 or attempted 3 from one of their big guns.
Well, they got Maynard, they got Jackson, they got Robbins, who can all hit the 3.
And Petey can drive it to the basket and end up at the foul line, too.
He's got the ball with 9 seconds, and here he comes to the 3-point line. He'll take the long 3 off the rim. Rebound is taken. Yorktown's got it. A second to play. A mid-court shot is hard off the iron, no good. A mid-court shot by Chad Elliott is no good. We finished a great first half. at the end of the first half. It's the Yorktown Tigers trailing the Delta Eagles, a conference with the Delta coaching staff and one of the officials. But at halftime, number 1 ranked in 3A Delta 26, number 8 ranked in 3A Yorktown 23. It's been a Petey Jackson 13-point performance in the first half, and Lucas Beam.
Team without Adam Shunk. He's a better leaper than you would imagine that he is. Rob Robbins only having 2 points is a story in the first half of play. Luke Beam having 8 and then not scoring in the second quarter is a story. And I think the other thing is Petey Jackson's got half of the Delta points. That may be too much of a percentage.
Well, he's Delta's answer to Earl Boykins as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah.
We wonder about Rob Robbins. Was it Rob's lack of aggressiveness on getting the ball, or was Yorktown doing something special defensively?
And you know the answer to that. It's usually some of each.
Right. On the right side, Lucas Maynor slipped and traveled. So the Eagles begin the second half by traveling, and the ball comes back to Yorktown. 9 seconds into the third period. It's a Delta 3-point lead, 26-23, and we're seeing just what we hoped for. And a big crowd. This is a nice crowd for a sectional semifinal. As Jeff indicated, Misinowall won by 13 over Blackford. They're in the championship game. Chris Stevens has it for Yorktown. Petey kicked it and stole it.
And I want to also say something about Rick Normington and Kirk Robinson. I thought they did a nice job, a very emotional kind of game. Only 6 fouls called in the first half, 4 on Yorktown, 2 on Delta. I thought the officials did a good job in the first half.
And may they continue to have a good game in the second half. Cutting to the basket, Caleb Henderson missed the lay-in. Rebound is taken off by Rob Robbins with some help from Lucas Maynor, and with the ball is Petey. He'll take it to the lane and back it outside the 3-point line. Boy, Scheidler may have had a half step there. No whistle. Down in the corner to Nate Calvert. Nate played briefly in the first quarter. Petey Jackson against Lucas Beam on the wing. It comes to Lucas Maynor, and outside Calvert's got the ball. He'll dribble in, not take the 15-footer. Jackson goes low to Scheidler. Back to Petey in Coffin corner, off the rim. Rebound Nate Calvert, super rebound. Take it in strong. A lot of contact, no whistle. Ball saved by Yorktown. Tigers got it. Down by 3, and Lucas Beam on the left side of the court against Lucas Maynor. Cuts to the lane. Caleb Henderson for 3. Off the rim, and the rebound Donahue, but he lost it. Robbins got it as Donahue lost it. Here comes Jackson on the break in the corner. Lucas Maynor back to Petey Jackson, and Lucas Beam's on Petey now in the third quarter. Take it in strong, and a charging foul on Petey with the forearm out. Second foul on Jackson. Delta's only fouled 3 times.
Petey is like a lot of guards. I don't think that's called enough in both the high school and the college game. So many times the defender is put at a disadvantage, and I thought that time Petey did what he always does. He along with many other guards, uses that off arm as almost as a weapon at times, and that time the official thought it was unfair.
Well, it's just the old trickle down from the NBA as far as I'm concerned. Chad Elliott's in the ball game for Yorktown. Wide open, Caleb Henderson hitting. We're tied. Caleb Henderson drills a 3. So Henderson for the game gets his first one from outside. He's got 3. Tied for about the 6th time at 26-26. Rob Robbins missing off the rim. Nobody under Delta. Rebound Lucas Beam. And here come the Tigers with the score tied. 6 minutes to play in period 3. Beam takes it all the way. Scores. 10 for Lucas Beam. 28-26. Tigers by 2. They've now scored 5 straight. 3 by Henderson and 2 by Beam. And down in the corner is Lucas Maynor. Outside is Tice Scheidler wide open. Hits the 3. Scheidler giving the Eagles another 3-point shooter. He's got 9. It's 29-28. Yorktown trails Delta by 1. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you might be in our 50,000-watt audience. 29-28, Delta by 1. Lucas Beam against Lucas Maynor down on the baseline, and we've got a Rob Robbins foul. He tried to draw the charge and went down. No Oscar for Rob on that play. Common foul out of bounds as Robbins gets his first. Out of bounds Yorktown. 5:25 to play in the third. Delta up by 1. Substitutions. David Yautis in for Nate Calvert. Jared Knatzer will come in. And checking out for the Delta Eagles will be Rob Robbins. And Robbins has had, well, I've just never seen Rob Robbins go this long and have 2 points. That's the bottom line. Inbounds, Yorktown triggers. They're down by 1, looking for the open man, and the man fell down with the ball. That was Caleb Henderson falling down, and it's a held ball. Yorktown gets the offensive possession after the held ball. fell down, retained his composure, got the ball, tied up by Lucas Maynor, and the ball goes to Yorktown. 29-28, Delta by 1, but the Tigers have the ball. We're not yet midway in this third period of play here in the second half. Delta led by 3 at halftime, but Yorktown quickly overcame that and took a lead themselves. Lucas Beam to Caleb Henderson, looks to Donahue, floats in, pass to Elliott. Petey Jackson deflects it out. Petey thought it was off Chad Elliott's hands. Not so, said the official. And Yorktown will retain possession with Lucas Maynor on the inbounds, or Lucas Beam on the inbounds play. Floats it low to Donahue, and he's fouled. Jared Knatzer had him on the arm. Common foul on the Delta Eagles, and that's the third foul on Delta in the period, none on Yorktown in period 3. Beam on the inbounds. Each team, a lot of seniors. Big ball game for each, and with the drive, Caleb Henderson beat Jared Knatzer badly and hit the lay-in. 30-29. It's Yorktown by 1, and Paul Keller calls a 20-second timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. Be right back with Yorktown leading by 1.
If you're age 50 or older, Nace Perry Insurance can reduce the cost of your homeowner's insurance through Auto Owners Insurance. Mature homeowners have fewer and less costly losses, so it's only fair to charge you less. Insure both your home and car with Nace Perry and qualify for more premium discounts through Auto Owners Insurance. Call Dick or Mick at 284-9701 or stop by and see them at 428 West Washington. Life, health, home, auto, business, and more. Call today.
Great drive, Jeff, by Caleb Henderson. He beat Jared Knatzer badly for that lay-in.
Well, you give Henderson some credit, but Jared Knatzer just got beat badly defensively, did not play good defense. Paul is seeing that. I think that's one of the reasons why he called timeout.
No question he was not pleased with the no defense on that play. Petey Jackson down in the left corner. They put the clamps on Petey here in the third. Lucas Maynor throws it away, dives for the ball, be a held ball, Delta's ball, alternate possession.
I think when you've been beaten by a team 3 times in the same season, you have to stay ahead or right on the heels of that team in the third game. Otherwise, you start going to the oh no, here we go again mode. And that's what Yorktown has kept their confidence up. They've been on Delta's heels or ahead of them all the way.
There's Petey Jackson faking the 3, backs up a step, takes it to the right side of the lane. Lucas Beam doing a good job on him in the third quarter. And Petey's called for traveling. He dragged the pivot foot. Delta 9 turnovers, so does Yorktown.
And I think one of the things for Delta, Petey has started to assume too much of everything, and this is one of those times in the game Paul Keller really needs Rob Robbins to stand up on the offensive end and get with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure Delta can win this game without Rob Robbins in double figures. Outside is Donahue. Donahue wheels it back on the left side, and Caleb Henderson to Lucas Beam. Missed the 3. Rebound Chad Elliott, and he stepped out of bounds with the ball. Excellent call by the official. It's Delta's ball.
You realize Delta has only scored 1 basket. Ty Scheidler got a 3-pointer at the 5:35 mark. They've got 1 field goal in now exactly half of the third quarter.
And give Yorktown's defense credit for shutting down Robbins and Jackson for 4 consecutive minutes. Inside goes David Yautis, and he scores. Good entry pass, and Yautis gets his first 2. Delta vaults back on top by 1. 31-30, 3:45 to play, period 3. Lucas Beam against Lucas Maynor outside. And Maynard stole the ball. Bad pass by Beam. Maynor will pull it back to Jackson. Petey in the lane, back to Robbins for 3. Hits! Wow. If Rob Robbins starts lighting it up, Delta's chances improve vastly. 34-30. Delta by 4. Robbins has 5, and we've got a timeout. 30-second break with the Eagles up by 4. Right back on WLBC.
There's nothing like hometown proud. Penny and I are glad you dropped by for this week's game. It may be a barn burner, or it may just follow the charts. I guess that's why so many coaches are follically challenged. If they have a full head of hair, they're either awfully good or awfully young. I know a place where you can go when a special gift isn't ordered or you just remembered, today's my anniversary. Hazel's Jewelers, 125 South Walnut, downtown. For memories that last a lifetime, Hazel's Jewelers, downtown Muncie.
And now an amazing announcement from A. Riddle Service Company. Steel, the maker of quality chainsaws, has announced a price cut. For example, you can save $50 on a No 29 Farm Boss 18-inch chainsaw, now just $299.95. Or a Steel 017 14-inch chainsaw for only $199.95. The Steel 021 16-inch chainsaw is just $229.95. With all saws purchased, get a free chain. It's rare that Steel offers a price rollback, so take advantage now. For a full line of quality Steel products, visit A. Riddle Service Company, 2520 South Madison in Muncie, or call 286-RENT.
Back play is in action, and Caleb Henderson misses a three, and a nice rebound. Scott Holzclaw from 8 feet away off the glass puts it in, and Yorktown is back within 2. Holzclaw rebounded the Henderson miss and got the basket. Scott Holzclaw, good rebounding basket, and Scheidler's got it for Delta. Wheels and deals in the lane, missed the shot. Rebound, Yautis is good. David Yautis gets his 4th point in the rebound basket. Delta's lead is 4, 36-32. 2:34 to play in period number 3. Outside with the ball is Beam. Beam goes against Maynard. The two Lucases, or Lukes, whichever you prefer. And
boy, I feel like Delta has wrestled control of the tempo of this game.
Outside Chad Elliott will miss the outside shot. Rebound, Yautis is doing a nice job off the bench. Down court, Scheidler takes it in, hits the bank shot.
And that's a case in point right there. I really feel like Delta has taken control of the tempo, and Yorktown is settling for the quick, easy shot.
Delta's biggest lead of 6 now, 38-32, a minute 57 to play in the 3rd. Beam against Maynard. Beam will take it to the lane. Outside the Holzclaw. Holzclaw comes over to Beam behind the 3-point line into Elliott. Elliott looks for help, dishes back to Beam. Minute 43 to play in the 3rd. 38-32.
Beam had 8 in the first quarter, nothing since then.
And there's the pass in the corner to Luke Beam again. He'll drive on Maynard, pull up for the shot, and be fouled by Maynard from behind, or Scheidler in front. Scheidler reacting as if he were the one to have had the foul called on him. I think Beam will be at the free throw line. We'll wait and get the official indication on a personal foul. It is on Tice Scheidler. He gets his 2nd foul, and Beam, who has been blanked in the 2nd half, will go to the line with 2.
Where do you think that was, Maynard or Scheidler that got that basket down here just a moment ago for Delta?
That was Scheidler on the bank shot?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's who I gave it to. I wasn't sure.
Beam hits the free throw, his first point of the 2nd half, give him 9. 38-33, Delta by 5. Their biggest margin has been 6. Yorktown's biggest margin was 5 in the first period. Yorktown is 19-3, Delta 21-1. Second free throw rims off, no good. And an excellent rebound by Rob Robbins, who got his first 3-pointer of the evening just a few moments ago. He has 5 for the game, and Robbins squaring up and guarded by Caleb Henderson, a mismatch size-wise there. And Scheidler tries to give him a screen, and Rob will miss the shot. Rebound is taken up by Donahue. Donahue, 4 quick points, hasn't scored since the first quarter. 38-33. Delta by 5. 63 seconds to play in the 3rd period of play, and Scott Holzclaw guarded by Petey Jackson. Petey has been blanked. Is that not true, Jeff, in the 3rd?
Yes.
15 points in the first half, none in the 3rd period. Beam takes it in on 2 players, forces a shot. Robbins got him on the arm. Looked like a good call from here. Rob Robbins complaining, but Luke Beam will go to the free throw line with 2 shots, and he is 9 points on the night with a 5-point Delta lead.
Well, I really feel this is a very critical stretch of the game because Delta's had their first little bit of a breather. They have a 6-point lead, and Yorktown just is not going to have, I'm not sure you're going to have the confidence to come back from an 8 or 10-point deficit in the 4th quarter.
Could not discount the 4 points by David Yautis, Jeff.
No.
Beam hits free throw number 1, and when Delta increases its lead without Jackson scoring, that's a story in itself. Yorktown is 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Delta is 1 of 2. Not many freebies thrown tonight. Second free throw, Lucas Beam, it's up and in. Beam for the night, double figures 11. And it's 38-35, Delta by 3, 52 seconds to play. Jared Quarles comes in here in the 3rd quarter with less than a minute to play, in Yorktown in full court pressure now. And Rob Robbins has it deflected by Caleb Henderson. I'll give each team credit, playing pretty good defense, low-scoring affair, 38-35. Keep in mind, Yorktown hasn't had all that many close games this season. Inbounds, it comes to Jackson. You would guess that the Delta Eagles might try to use the entire 45 seconds and take at least a 3-point lead to the quarter break, as they did at halftime by 3. Jackson in the center circle with 40. You just don't take it away from him. Jared Quarles comes out to get him, and the pass comes across to Scheidler. Scheidler looks to Robbins, who flashed by, and now Scheidler will try to dish, and it's stolen by Jared Quarles, so they turn it over. And Petey almost got the steal, but Quarles retained possession, and now Yorktown with the cat and mouse. They could tie the score with a 3 at the end of 3. They're down 38-35. 16 seconds to play in the third period. Quarles against Jackson. Back it comes to Holzclaw. Over it comes. Jump shot outside. Bad shot. Rebound Robbins. 6 seconds. Petey Jackson down the court with 3, 2. Inside. Maynor missing, but he's fouled. Great steal by Jackson. Bad shot selection, I thought, by Yorktown. Jared Quarles did not shoot a good shot. He took it early. Petey Jackson got a great pass to Lucas Maynor, who couldn't hold it, but he goes to the line with 2. Watch a good game, isn't it? 38-35. Delta by 3. They've led by 6. It was a low-scoring third period. Lucas Maynor hits number 1. 39-35. 0.8 of a second to play in the third, so Delta will have the third quarter lead. Yorktown may get off a desperation heave. Maynor set up, got 2 in a row.
Well, watch it this time, would you?
Yeah, 35-40, and a long shot goes over the backboard, and that's the end of the third. So Delta increases its 3-point halftime lead by 2. They lead by 5 at the end of 3. 40-35 is the Delta lead at the third quarter stopping point. A minute later, we'll have the fourth quarter.
You've got a lot of work to do, and Cub Cadet has just what you need. A Cub Cadet Series 7000 compact tractor. Stop by Ramsey Tractor Sales and take a look at these rugged, versatile tractors. They're loaded with quality standard features, and you can customize your tractor with loaders, backhoes, cutting decks, and more. Cub Cadet Series 7000 compact tractors are tough and dependable, and still one of the industry's best values. Available in 19, 23, and 27 horsepower, 3-cylinder diesels, and 2-wheel or 4-wheel drive. Visit Ramsey Tractor Sales at the south end of the Muncie Bypass. Call 282-1932.
If one of your New Year's resolutions is to get active and start walking, but foot or ankle pain is a barrier, Preferred Foot Care Specialists can help. Dr. Tom Freeman and his staff want you to achieve every goal you set for yourself in 1998. They want you on your feet and happy with the direction you're heading. Whether your problem is due to an injury or a chronic nagging situation, Preferred Foot Care Specialists can help. Call today and get back into life the way you want to live it. Preferred Foot Care Specialists. Call 284-4220.
Fourth quarter is underway at the field house. I'm Maury Mannies along with Jeff Weller, and it's Delta leading Yorktown by 5, 40-35. Outside for a long shot. There's a missed 3 by Holzclaw. Rebound tap. Petey tapped it. Lucas Maynor's got the ball. He threw it away. And we've got a foul called. We've got a shoving foul on Yorktown. Maynor was knocked down, and the foul will go on Caleb Henderson of Yorktown. But that's only the second foul, Jeff, on Yorktown. Delta's committed 5. Yet Delta does get the ball, though, and Rob Robbins, who has been held to 5 points, will toss it inbounds. Petey Jackson, 13 in the first half, none in the third quarter, firing, missing everything. Air ball, Petey Jackson over the rim. Yorktown back. Holzclaw on the wing, down near the corner, delivers to Beam. Beam against Jackson, take it in strong, missed it, a bit out of control, I thought, and out of bounds. It'll go to, that's an interesting call. Emerson Hurd seemed to carry the ball out of bounds, but the officials have awarded the ball to Yorktown. But as Jeff said, they've done a good job. They've been on top of every play. No complaint from this quarter about the officiating tonight. Chad Elliott will leave and Chris Stevens will come in. Hurd really hasn't seen much action tonight. On the inbounds, it's Beam. Beam delivers down in the corner to Holzclaw. Outside to Stevens is Joe Bradburn going with a different combination now. Back to Beam. Works on Maynor, takes him into the lane, turns, fires, and hits a nice jump shot. Lucas Beam on the turn shot. Makes it a 40-37 lead for Delta. 3-point lead, and Beam now has 15. He's become the leading scorer in the game. Petey Jackson off to Tice Scheidler. Scheidler, a big contributor, off to Rob Robbins. Shakes his man, puts it up, hits the shot. Rob Robbins, 17-foot jump shot on a good fake. put his man out of the play and makes it a 42-37 ball game. And Robbins now with 7 for the game. Up by 5 are the Eagles, and the Tigers have the ball. Chris Stevens, head of the circle, fake the 3. On the drive to the point, nothing there. Delivers back on a bounce pass to Beam, and Beam guarded by Maynor as he approaches a step. Beam's had a good game, the best game I've seen him play this year. He's got 15, puts up a prayer, no good. Rebound is tapped and taken up by Yautis. Another nice rebound by David Yautis. Down to Scheidler. Scheidler has it stripped. Fast break. Chris Stevens going all the way, hits the land. 42-39. Delta by 3 as the Tigers get the strip and the bucket. The finish by Stevens for the 2. 6 minutes to play in the game. Petey Jackson has 13, all in the first half. So they've shut down Jackson. He's got the ball. Moves it to the point. I tell you, Lucas Beam is just doing an excellent job on Petey Jackson in the second half. Maynor's got it. Maynor down in the corner off to Jackson, and Jackson's a little more reluctant to shoot than he was. And as I say that, he pumps, fires, and misses. Rebound is taken off Yautis. Yautis back to Robbins for 3. He got a sucker punch, and there was no whistle. Boy, he took a blow to the midsection after the shot. He missed it. Yorktown can tie with a 3. 42-39. In the corner for the jump shot. Stevens off the rim, and a clear out rebound foul on David Yautis. We got some kind of ball game. That's 6 fouls on Delta, 2 on Yorktown. The next one will give Yorktown the 1+1. Donahue is coming back in. Emerson Hurd will leave out of bounds to the Yorktown Tigers. And we evidently have a quick timeout. Timeout on the court, 5:26 to play. It's a 20. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back on WLBC.
Shh. Steve Benson at Benson Motorcycles is lost in a dream. Let's listen in.
Man, it's hot out. It's got to be 90 degrees in the shade. Forget the car. It's absolutely motorcycle weather. It's so hot out. This weekend, I'm going to get out the Sea-Doo watercraft, and I'm headed to the lakes. Bummer. It was just a dream.
Make your dreams a reality at Benson Motorcycles. Be the first to see the new motorcycles and personal watercraft in stock at McGalliard Road and 400 West, Muncie.
Hey, we got ourselves a dandy as we thought we would have. 5:26 to play in the game. Delta leads by 3, 42-39 over Yorktown. Yorktown underneath their own basket. Caleb Henderson back outside to Chris Stevens and back to Henderson. Lost it but recovered it. Yautis on him defensively on the outside. With the ball left side, Holzclaw. Holzclaw back to Stevens. 5:15 on the clock. Yorktown by 3, and they're trying to shake open an open shooter. And with the ball moving in is Caleb Henderson hitting a 2. Henderson driving and hitting a 2. It's a 1-point game. In the corner, Maynor. 42-41 Delta. Rob Robbins down on the baseline to Yautis, driving, charging foul. Yorktown gets it back. Yautis didn't have room, tried to get inside on the baseline. Good defense by Yorktown. The Tigers can take the lead, Jeff, down by 1. Good defense by Yorktown.
And for a team that has lost 2 other times to Delta, Yorktown is playing with the confidence that they need to win this game. They're within 1. They've got the ball. Don't discount how important this possession particularly might be for Yorktown. They must be smart with the basketball in the last 4.5 minutes.
Well, they've got senior leadership as Beam puts it up and off. Rebound Scheidler. Scheidler brings it back for the Eagles. They'll pull it back and give it to Petey Jackson. Scoreless in the second half.
They did not show any patience that time.
No.
Why?
Petey's gone almost 12 minutes without a point. Robbins outside to Maynor. Delta has lost the scoring touch for the moment. Of Robbins will go baseline out to Jackson. Good coverage into Scheidler. He's open. He scores. Jackson, the entry pass to Scheidler. Tice Scheidler has played awfully well with 13.
That's why I said how important that possession was. Who knows? You may not get the ball back with the chance to take the lead on this Delta team.
There's Yautis being caught in the pick and knocked down Chris Stevens. That'll be 7 fouls committed by Yorktown, 3 on Yautis. Stevens will be at the line with a 1+1. We're halfway through the 4th. Delta leads by 3, 44-41. Yautis leaves. Nate Calvert comes in. It'll be Chris Stevens at the free throw line. We got a great crowd. I think it's close to 5,000. They're enjoying every minute of it. Half the crowd will go away a little bit unhappy, although I think Delta's the larger crowd tonight. Free throw, Stevens, nothing but net. 44-42. Yorktown trails by 2, and Stevens can make it a one-point game. Midway fourth quarter. Don't discount an extra period. Delta went 2 extra periods to beat Southside the other night. Stevens hits again. So Chris Stevens has 6 points, and most of them here late in the ball game. 43-44. Yorktown trails Delta by 1. The Eagles on top. Maynard to the right wing. Waits for Robbins to cut. He'll head fake. Move it to Maynard in the corner for 3. Way off the rim. Rebound is taken. Scheidler back in strong. Missing. Tapping. Getting it back. Putting it up. Well, Scheidler is battling, and he gets 3 shots, and he's fouled. Tice Scheidler may have been as big a factor in this game as anyone for Delta, the way he's playing down the stretch. Second foul committed by John Donahue.
That's what makes Delta the team that they are, is the fact that they may not have the depth that they had a year ago, but every one of these 5 guys in the starting unit contributes something. Scheidler, Robbins, Calvert, Maynard, and then you get Yaudos off the bench. This is a good group. It's a well-balanced team. They know their roles.
And the free throw is good by Tice Scheidler, leading Delta score now with 14. Jackson with 13. Robbins with 7. And Lucas Maynard has 7. Scheidler's second free throw is a bit short. No good. Rebound, John Donahue. So it's a 2-point game. Yorktown could tie or take the lead. Their leader, Lucas Beam, with 15 points, has the ball. Has also played a great defensive game against Petey Jackson, particularly in the second half, shutting him down. Stevens down in the corner to Donahue. Donahue back to Chris Stevens, guarded by Lucas Maynard. 3:27 on the clock and a 2-point Delta lead, but a Yorktown possession. Here comes Beam. Back outside Stevens. Nowhere to go. Delta matching up very well right now defensively, and Stevens comes across to Henderson. Henderson back it comes over to Beam.
Boy, a bucket here in Yorktown got exactly what they wanted. A 3-minute game with Delta.
And down in the corner is Holstaw. Hey, missed the 3. Rebound is taken off by Scheidler again. Petey Jackson's got the ball. Jackson will penetrate, take it all the way. The dish off, deflected out of bounds.
Oh, did he overpass that time?
Yes, he should have shot.
Yeah, Petey was right there for the shot, Maury, and gave it up.
Yorktown only 3 fouls, Jeff. Delta 8. That's a factor when you get into the 3-minute game, too. 2:57 to play. Delta by 2, and they want a timeout. Timeout on the court. 2:57 to play. It's Delta 45, Yorktown 43. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Be right back on WLBC.
Ivy Tech State College. Call 1-888-IVY-LINE. Go. Go for the experience. Go for the education. The suspense is killing me. Did you get it?
Well...
Come on. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Whoa! Ivy Tech State College. Call 1-888-IVY-LINE. Go further faster. But go now. Call 1-888-IVY-LINE. Ivy Tech State College. Go further faster.
Maury Nannies and Jeff Weller, North Walnut Street Fieldhouse in Muncie. Great second game of the Muncie 3A semifinals of the sectional. Delta leads the game by 2 at 45-43. Petey Jackson has gone 13 minutes, Jeff, without scoring. He had 13 in the first half, none since then. He fires, misses again. Rebound is taken off by Scott Holstaw. Yorktown can tie or take the lead. They can tie with a 2.
They've had a number of opportunities and haven't gotten it done.
With the ball outside is Chris Stevens, double-teamed. Back it comes to Beam.
If they're serious about winning, Yorktown has to eventually convert one of these situations.
Here's Caleb Henderson walking with the ball. Turnover number 11 for Yorktown, 12 for Delta. But I think that eventually Petey Jackson has to hit a basket for Delta.
I tell you, he scored, let's see, 5 in the first quarter. He had 8 in the second quarter. He has not hit a bucket since the 3:46 mark in the second quarter.
We've just never seen that occur. That tells you what kind of defense Yorktown is playing. And it's Lucas Beam matched up one-on-one, chasing him everywhere.
This is a Delta team averaging 78 points a game.
And they win by an average of 26 a game, and they're leading by 2.
They're 30 points below their average.
Yep. Petey Jackson back outside to Lucas Maynard. Yorktown has fouls to give, of course. And there's a foul. Chad Elliott fouls Tice Scheidler.
In fact, it could hurt them as they get closer, the fact that...
if you want to put them on the line, you're not going to be able to.
But that's not all that wise a decision either. And that's another thing that makes, obviously, Delta so good.
Well, it's a 2-point game. Delta leading. The inbounds play to Petey Jackson with 1:53 to play. Can you imagine? Rob Robbins has been held to 7. Scheidler back outside, and they've gone 4 corners almost. Not yet. They're bunched in around the free throw lane now. Scheidler's got it with 1:42. Jackson's got it with 1:39. Looking for the open man, and outside Chris Stevens will try to take him on a one-on-one. Ball comes back to Lucas Maynor. Maynor, a bounce pass in the corner to Petey Jackson, and 1:28 to play, and Petey finds an opening. Takes it down in the lane for the shot, and he missed it. Jackson, a bit of a circus shot. Rebound is taken off by Yorktown with 1:18 to play, and they're down by 2. They could tie or take the lead, but they've got to have an offensive possession here with a point. With the ball is Caleb Henderson to Lucas Beam for 3, off the rim. Rebound is taken by Delta, and with the ball, coming across is Tice Scheidler. He gets it to Rob Robbins. Robbins up the court against Stevens. He gets the double team, and it comes across to Maynor, and Maynor is fouled by Henderson. Caleb Henderson will get the foul, but that's only the 5th foul.
Boy, that
it's
was
still Delta possession.
Boy, that was a very, very tough call. It could have gone either way, either a held ball or a foul, and the official said, hey, personal foul.
Timeout. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Delta with the ball, leading by 2. WLBC.
Before you buy, at least walk through our doors. Quality from Grindle Furniture.
This is Rick Grindle. Come in now and let us help you spruce up your home for spring. We have the latest looks and better quality furniture at tremendous savings. Grindle Furniture, 5600 North Wheeling. Free delivery, 90 days, same as cash.
Before you buy, at least walk through our doors. Grindle Furniture.
Looking for a special gift or maybe something for yourself? Anything from Ashcraft Jewelers would be perfect. You'll find the finest quality and selection at Ashcraft's. Whether you choose beautiful gold jewelry, a special ring, Tessot, Zodiac, and the finest Swiss-made watches, you'll find the perfect piece at Ashcraft Jewelers. Their friendly and professional staff can help you make the right decision. Layaway and easy credit terms are available. Ashcraft Jewelers, 525 East McGalliard, where anything would be perfect.
56 seconds to play in the game, and Yorktown has given Delta all it's wanted so far, and it's anybody's game. Petey Jackson to Lucas Maynor off to Rob Robbins. 50 seconds to play in the game, and Robbins is fouled. So they fouled Rob Robbins, but it's no free throw. That's only 6 fouls committed by Yorktown, and we're down to 48 seconds to play. The next one will give Delta the 1+1. 45-43, Delta 21-1, leading Yorktown by 2. Yorktown's 19-3. Delta won the 2 prior meetings, and Robbins on the inbounds play. We'll get it out to Jared Knatzer to Petey Jackson. They've got it in the hands of the man they want it in, but Petey has been scoreless the second half. Off to Rob Robbins with 40 seconds. Back it comes to Maynor. They'll come up on Maynor and maybe foul Maynor perhaps. Nope, a bounce pass to Jackson. 30 seconds to play, and Petey weaves in and out. 29, 28, 27. Back it comes to Maynor, over to Scheidler. Scheidler is fouled, and they give the foul to Lucas Beam.
I tell you, they not wasted, but a lot of time went off the clock in that sequence.
You know, they said interesting, Jeff, that Tice Scheidler will be at the free throw line with a 1-on-1. It was his free throw that won the Jay County Sectional last year that spurred on the Eagles to the final game.
Well, they hit a lot. They have players that have hit clutch free throws in a variety of situations. It's tough to know who to foul for the Delta Eagles. We're going to have another timeout.
Well, he needs to hit 2, obviously. Timeout on the court, 23.7 seconds, and we'll take just a 30-second timeout with Delta by 2 at the free throw line.
If you've been searching for the perfect car, truck, or van with service from the perfect dealership, then you need to go where your neighbors have been buying their cars for years. Goodwin Brothers, Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, Eagle, and Newcastle. Goodwin Brothers is Indiana's oldest automobile dealership, which means they've been doing business right for a long, long time. That's one reason people keep coming back to Goodwin's, or maybe it's their new truck center across the street from their showroom. Goodwin Brothers, Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, Eagle, at the corners of State Roads 3 and 38 in Newcastle.
Well, it's a Delaware County Classic. It's a Muncie Sectional, the first year, the class system, but it's had all the excitement of any class. And let's face it, Jeff, at this point, Ty Scheidler certainly needs to hit one. Paul Keller would feel much better if he would hit two, but even if he hits two, with 23 seconds to go, the Tigers are far from out of it. Let's really compliment Lucas Beam. He's held Petey Jackson scoreless for 16 minutes.
Scott Holtzclaw has hit 56% from three-point range. Caleb Henderson 43%. Beam only 20%. So you figure the smaller guy, either Holtzclaw or Caleb Henderson, are your two best choices if you need a three if you're Yorktown.
Holtzclaw not currently in the game as Scheidler hits the free throw. You know, that's your veteran who's been to the state finals, I think. Holtzclaw will come in, as you suggest, so they'll have Henderson, Holtzclaw. Donahue will go out, not a three-point threat. Now Scheidler with 23.7 seconds can give Delta a 4-point lead.
Well,
this thing is not over.
No, because Yorktown is going to have a chance to come down. Delta's got to play defense yet. It's not over. They have to play defense.
Scheidler hits both free throws and gives Delta a 4-point lead. 47-43. Lucas Beam brings the ball down court. Lucas Maynor almost took it away. Beam, a three there. A three by Lucas Beam with 13 seconds to play. What a shot by Beam. 18 points for Lucas Beam. Maynor almost took it away from him, Jeff. Not only did he recover, he ripped a three with a hand in his face.
Well, that's an unbelievable shot right there. We're going to get Donahue checking in, Jared Knatzer checking in. What that does is that ensures that we're going to play basketball the last 12 seconds. It's not going to be a free throw shooting. He was covered more.
Oh, great defense by Maynor.
It is a one-point game. Luke Beam has got 18 points. He's the only Yorktown player in double figures. From the Delta standpoint, Petey Jackson 13, Ty Scheidler has 16, and Rob Robbins 7 points tonight.
Beam with 18 points, but also holding Petey Jackson scoreless in the second half. Well, you got to figure Delta wants the ball in Rob Robbins or Petey Jackson's hands for free throws. They're going to be fouled.
I'm not sure who that foul was. The timeout more Yorktown's or Delta's? You know, I didn't see. I
think it was Yorktown.
If it was, I have them out of timeouts.
12 and a half seconds to play in this game. It's Delta 47, Yorktown 46, and Maynor on the inbounds play. Yorktown full court pressure, and it comes into Jared Knatzer, and Knatzer is fouled by John Donahue.
That's not a bad foul.
Oh, that's a great foul. You're not foul, but Jared Knatzer hit 2 free throws the other night against Southside. It's not a Petey Jackson or a Rob Robbins at the line.
You're at the situation now. You really can't afford to be too choosy.
That's right.
Somebody gets the ball, you've got to commit the foul in such a way that you don't get the flagrant foul called. And whether it's Knatzer, even at this point, if they can get it to Robbins, so be it. If you're Yorktown, you just have to put them in that pressure situation.
Jared Knatzer goes to the free throw line. He is a senior, 5'10", 4 points a ball game. Holtzclaw coming back in for obvious reasons. If Knatzer hits one, Delta would lead by just 2. If he hits 2, they'd lead by 3.
You've got the chance maybe to take it to an overtime.
He missed it. Yorktown's ball. 9 seconds to play. The Tigers have the ball, and down the court they come. Caleb Henderson takes it inside and scores! 3 seconds to play. Yorktown calls time.
Boy, I think too much time ran off the clock.
I think they lost 2 seconds. It'd be about 3 seconds remaining on the clock, but it was Caleb Henderson driving the lane. Knatzer in a 1+1 situation missed the front end. Delta did lead. Just prior to that, 47-46, Yorktown got it down in about 8 seconds, and Caleb Henderson drove in,
hit the
layup.
I kept saying that Yorktown had squandered some opportunities when they were down 1 and down 2, but I think it's also fair to point out at the other end of the court, Delta missed opportunities. They had the ball on several occasions. They have put a little over a second back to 2.5.
That's about right, I think.
And I tell you, the thing is, I kept telling people all day today that I just had this feeling that Yorktown, I'm not saying this because there's 2.5 seconds to go. I've said it all along. I really felt Yorktown was poised to beat Delta tonight.
Yorktown is celebrating a little early, though. That can get you in trouble. Now, one thing they can't do, Jeff, is foul.
A shot here, it's probably not going to overtime. We're either going to have a Yorktown 1-point lead hold up, or Delta's going to win this thing.
Well, Rob Robbins would be the likely person.
They're trying to get somebody down to guard the inbounds man, and that's what Joe Bradburn wants, to put a hand in somebody's face.
Ready to go, and now the official comes over and Not sure what the call was for, but it's going to be Delta's ball. 2.5 minutes to play. They trail by 1. We're on the verge of a huge upset. Number 1 Delta against Yorktown. It's into Petey Jackson. Petey Jackson will fire. It's in the air. It is good, and Yorktown has won. The Yorktown Tigers have upset the Delta Eagles in the semifinal round of the Muncie Sectional Tournament. It's number 8 Yorktown defeating number 1 Delta 48-47 on a layup or about an 8-foot jump shot by Caleb Henderson with 2.5 minutes to play. P. Jackson got the shot off, Jeff. He went scoreless in the second half. It bounded off the rim. Delta has been upset. What a game by Yorktown. And let's give Lucas Beam 18 points and held Petey Jackson scoreless in the second half. But Caleb Henderson got the bucket that counted.
The rivalry supersedes the rating. That's what happened here tonight. And you forget that Yorktown had a 19-3 season, and this is no fluke tonight with Yorktown winning, and it puts quite a run to an end for the Delta Eagles. But boy, I'll tell you, my most sincere congratulations to Joe Bradburn and this Yorktown team for a tremendous upset tonight at the field house.
But you said Delta had their chances, and they did. Jared Knatzer missed the free throw, a 1-and-1 with 10 seconds to go. If he had hit it just one, that would have been a tie ball game, perhaps overtime, but he missed it. And I thought Caleb Henderson, you had talked most of the fourth quarter, Yorktown needs to come down and get one. They finally did, and Henderson got the winner.
Right, and see, that's the thing. Delta kept putting themselves in a position to go beyond the three-point and never got it done. Luke Beam's shot was the one that set up the winner.
Yes.
Because that was a three-pointer that made, after Scheidler had calmly hit 2 free throws to make it 47-43, Beam got that bucket.
And Maynard did